Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to wrap up now. And could I call Tina Roche to make some closing remarks? Thanks very much.
Hi folks, I know there's a lot of interest, and I'll tell you what, I'm only going to talk for about 5 minutes and then you can go back to discussing this again, which would be delightful for us. I know there's an awful lot of interest in this area, and you can see by the turnout. I want to recognise the contributions and the calibre of the presentations here today. They had real depth. We know that the economic climate is a crisis. But the climate crisis is fundamental. If we fail to address this, there's no real prospect for any business to succeed or for our future generations to prosper. The transition to a low-carbon economy is not an option, but an obligation and an opportunity. Every business here has a role to play. It has to be fundamental now to the business model. It has to be in everything, from manufacturing, services, marketing, transport, everything that we do. We have to be thinking about this. So let me tell you what we're going to do. From today, we're going to gather all your comments, and we are going to issue a report to government on what we think the barriers are, what has arisen at this forum, and then we are going to talk about also where we think that research and development, or if we have money, where we're going to put research and development money. I think that what is missing too is collaboration. It's key to climate change. We know there are companies that have great innovative ideas. Jim talked about it today. So did Porrick. But we need partners to develop them as well. And if your company has an innovative idea, and you'd like to meet another company or to be partnered with another company around this, and you can't make the connections yourselves, please contact us and we'll try and help you out there. I want to thank our speakers, Jim O'Hara, Padraig McManus, Mike Berry, Martin Sewell, Paul, our MC, who's fantastic and cheap, for sharing their insights and daring to see things differently. I want to thank our chairman, Kieran McGowan, as usual. Kieran is a fabulous chair. Our board are delighted, absolutely delighted to have somebody of his calibre leading us. I want to thank the National Museum, especially Claire McNamara and Dermot Long and Maeve Reid and her team in Brambles, as well as Michael Tierney and the team in Service Solutions, and of course, Ariel at the back. Thanks very much. Our own team at Business in the Community, Thomas Serkovich, Raheem O'Neill and Sandrine all worked extremely hard on this, as did all of the MST team, and I just want to say thank you. In closing, we are in a transitional phase, and this means uncertainty, and it could lead to a lack of progress. So what Ireland needs from its leaders, you here, is true grit. You have to get involved in this, roll up your sleeves and say, this is what we as a company are going to do. We have to overcome this major challenge. And we believe that concerted effort from business, government and civil society is the only way forward. I encourage all of you to look closely into your companies and how each one of us can make a real difference and a real change. It's no longer time for reflection, but time for action. Now, this morning and last year, we talked about climate change. We're not going to do this anymore. You all know it, so just let's put that behind us. From next year, we'll be 10 years old next year. And from next year, what we'll be talking about at this forum is building the low-carbon economy. How do we do it? Are we doing it well enough? What can we do better? We are a very effective people when we get the message. You see any policy changes we've had, plastic bags, you name it, overnight we change. What we haven't grasped yet is what that is. What has that click hasn't happened yet with us. But it's got to, and it's got to happen this year. We are right up against the edge. Next year too, at the European level, CSR Europe and the European Commission will launch the Responsible Enterprise 2020. And they're going to be showcasing examples of businesses that are leading and influence the debate. And what sustainable enterprise will look like in 10 years. And what I want is to see Ireland showcasing fantastic practices, that we are leading edge on this. Business in the Community Ireland and its member companies will continue to work closely in this area by sharing and inspiring best practice. We hope that many more companies will show their leadership in sustainability by joining our movement. So I just want to thank you all for your time and attention. It's been wonderful. We are going to come back to you. We'll have the report and we're going to come back to you. And what we're going to do, 35 minutes isn't enough for this. I know we're scratching the surface. But what we're trying to do is raise awareness and make you interested enough to talk to each other, talk to us, try and get as much of this work happening. If you have any ideas, other ideas, Raheem O'Neill at Business in the Community will be leading the work on this. So please talk to Raheem or send him your suggestions. We're going to send you out what arose today. We'll send that out to you in the very near future. And if you can comment on it and come back to us, and then we're going to present it to government as well. So once again, thanks very much to all our speakers and to you, our delegates, for coming today. You're very welcome to stay. The National Museum has said please go along and see their exhibits. They'd be delighted. And there's a cup of tea and some orange juice if you'd like. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.